Have you ever watched your husband explode over something small? A comment, a look, a change of plans, and thought, that reaction does not match what just happened. Well, you're not imagining it. You're not too sensitive. What you're witnessing has a name, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's what I want you to consider. Underneath that grown man's body, his job title, his deep voice, his opinions about everything, there is, psychologically speaking, a terrified 5-year-old boy. Not literally, but emotionally, developmentally, yes. A part of him got frozen at an age where he didn't have the tools to feel scared or wrong or small and survive it. So he built a suit, not a suit of armor exactly, an adult suit, dressed up with the appearance of competence, control, certainty, sometimes charm, sometimes rage. And every time he feels that old 5-year-old fear creeping in, fear of being exposed, dismissed, not enough, the suit takes over and the tantrum begins. It just doesn't look like a tantrum anymore. It looks like a 6'1" man's voice filling the whole kitchen. And if you're the one standing across from that, I want to slow down here because I don't think enough people have said this to you directly. Of course you're confused. You're an adult having what you thought was an adult conversation with someone who intermittently is not actually in the room as an adult. You're negotiating with a grown man's face and a child's nervous system, and nobody notified you that the rules had changed. That's disorienting in a way that's hard to even describe to your friends without it sounding like you're exaggerating. And of course you're frustrated. You've probably tried logic. You've tried calm. You've tried tiptoeing. You've tried standing your ground. And nothing works consistently because you're not actually dealing with an argument that can be won. You're dealing with a nervous system that's flooded, and no amount of reasoning is going to get through to a flooded nervous system. I want to be really clear about something. Understanding this does not mean excusing it. This isn't about letting him off the hook. That's not what this is about. It's about you finally having an accurate map, because you cannot navigate a relationship if you've got the wrong map or if you've got the wrong GPS coordinates punched in. And most women in this exact situation have been handed the wrong map or wrong GPS coordinates for years. This is exactly why I wrote the RSVP protocol. Because once you can see what's actually happening under the behavior, you need a framework for what to do with that, how to recognize it in real time, how to stabilize yourself so you're not the one getting flooded also. And you need to really vitalize the parts of your life and your marriage that are still within your control, and protect your peace while you practice this day after day. I'll drop the link below for the book, the RSVP Protocol. And if any part of what I just described sounds familiar, that book was written for you. So grab your copy and keep listening. So we need to go a little bit deeper, because I think this reframe changes everything about how you respond. Okay, the 5-year-old who's scared doesn't reach for nuance. He reaches for control, because control is the only thing that makes the fear stop for him. Watch for those patterns and you'll likely recognize them instantly. Right? The blow up over nothing. It was never about the dishes or the tone of your text or the plans you changed without asking. It was about a flash of feeling unseen or overruled, which to that 5-year-old part of him feels like danger. Or the silent treatment. That's not maturity, that's a child hiding under the covers, hoping that the scary feeling goes away if he just doesn't look at it or at you. Or the sudden charm after the storm, right? Children who are scared of losing you will also work hard to win you back. It's not always manipulation in the calculated sense. Sometimes it is internal panic that's dressed up as romance. You've probably observed this, his inability to simply say, I was wrong. For a 5-year-old, being wrong, for some 5-year-olds, felt like being unlovable, since the adult suit will defend and deflect and rewire history before it will ever just sit with the discomfort of, I was wrong. I want to be clear, none of this makes the behavior okay. A 5-year-old having a tantrum still is not allowed to throw dishes, but it does tell you where to aim your energy. You stop trying to win the argument and you start learning how to not get pulled into the child's chaos. Because the moment you match his own dysregulation with your own, you've both become 5-year-olds in the room, and nothing productive is going to happen. Now, here's the part I want you to really hear. This doesn't mean your marriage is doomed, and it doesn't mean that your only option is to leave. Some of the healthiest, most transformed marriages we've walked with started exactly here, with a wife who finally understood what she was looking at and who learned how to respond to it differently. Healing doesn't always require him to become a different person overnight. Sometimes it starts with you no longer being pulled into the tantrum. And believe it or not, that alone changes the whole dynamic in the house. We've seen that again and again and again. Now, if this video put language to something you felt for a long time but couldn't quite explain, that's exactly why I do these videos. So please, you do 3 things for me. Hit the like button so more women can find this that need to hear it. And subscribe to the channel because I'm covering this pattern and how to respond to it in a lot more depth in upcoming videos. And 3, why don't you drop a comment below? Tell me which one of those 4 patterns that I named hit closest to home. I read all the comments, and honestly, so do other women that are silently watching and reading in this community. By the way, if you're ready for more than just a video, if you want daily support from other women who are navigating exactly this, and also expert guidance, then come join us inside the Detox Your Marriage community. There's a link down below that'll take you there, totally free, because you don't have to carry this alone anymore. There is community, and that community will help you understand that you're not crazy, you're just navigating a very, very difficult season. All right? I'll see you in the next video.